Do you think a lot of people need to stop having sex? Like, I mean, I feel that there's a lot of young people that have too much sex, but do you feel a lot of people have to stop having sex?
I think I really like to know why you actually think a lot of people are actually having sex. What's making you feel that way? You know, that's what will actually get me into the mood of actually telling you, okay, do they need sex or should they stop having that much sex?
So this is Gen Z, where they say we be Gen Z generation, yeah. And I just feel like most people don't do relationships these days. I just feel everybody wants to fuck basically, yeah. So I don't know if we're going to have to rate this at the space of saying that our like mothers and fathers didn't have as much sex as this present generation are having.
Seriously, I like most times I like expressing myself from history or from an historical point of view. I still don't have the fact that says or negates the fact or the existence of truth that yes, our forefathers actually had that lot of sex or not. So I still can't give you a direct answer to this question. I can't.
I just feel like you're a born again brother. I mean that's like what I feel. So my name is Hezekiah 100, and guess what? I'm gonna be having a conversation with let me tell you guys his name. Like may do the introduction. I think it's fair that way.
Okay, my name is Mfreke Obong Joseph Jacobs. I'm from Akwa Ibom State.
So I mean the part where you said my name is Mfreke Bong Jacobs. I'm from Akwa Ibom State is very very relatable because I mean I know I'm also from Akwa Ibom State, but there's like something I want you to tell them, like your job and what you do, because we're going to be talking a lot about what you do.
Okay, so basically I work on a ship. Okay, so I'm a mariner. My job is actually to make sure I take a ship from one point to the other safely. I should also put time convenience in that description also, and also back to port whenever it's necessary.
Yo, so it's very very loving to hear what you do, and I feel like it's one of the hardest jobs on the planet right now. But how did I meet Jacob? I think it was on the Niger Old Rep first audition ever, and you were also like an housemate on the show.
Yes, actually, that's where we met. I think it was on one of those occasions during the auditions that we got talking, and I'm like, wow, oh, okay, this, that.
So just so you know, this wow is doing right now, like making me want to feel like, oh, I'm an amazing person. It's a lie. It's a lie. Like no mind now, guys, we know how they treat me. You get. So what's up? Tell me what this job entails. Now, for a fact, I know that you're very very muscular. With a gym, you get muscle. So I dey relate to the aspect of the fact say if I want actually work on ship, I can get muscle.
Okay, so basically, you don't really need all the muscles, but I would always say that for anybody who intends working on a ship, or you could call it a vessel, you have to be very smart. You have to be forward thinking. You have to be proactive. The sea doesn't give you a second chance. If at all, you even have a first. So that's all about it. Once you're smart, you're proactive, you're always conscious of your environment. Come on, you hit the best shot in your job. That's it.
Very very understandable to say. I'm learning. I feel like you. I needed this conversation. Now, it's very very okay. Let me not say that. Why would somebody that works on a ship or is a sailor go for a reality TV show? Why did you think that you needed to be on a reality TV show? Why do you think that you needed to be on TV? Because I mean, there's everything to actually think of when you talk about conversations like this, when you talk about this kind of topics, yeah. Because I mean, you get people that have been picked, you get people that have been picked in fields like probably they are singers, probably they are acting, probably they want to become influencers, and all of the sorts. But you work on a ship. Okay, you just wanted to win the money and go and buy new ship.
Quite interesting at the same time. I actually picked up that interest because from the fair knowledge I got about the show, it had to do with you repping your hood, putting your hood on a larger scale, larger platform, on larger reach. So that was what actually drove me to do that or into getting into that. So I just wanted a platform where I could actually tell a story about my people, my own way, and also make other people possibly look into that, learn from my culture, learn from my people, while I also reciprocate, or my people also reciprocate on that. Yeah.
Sorry, it's coughing right now, and I think this is as a result of my bad vibe, like bad.
Not at all, not at all.
As I was give you water, anyways. So now it's like this, yeah. Okay, so I understand all you've had to say, and it's totally relatable to me. In my head, I'm like, okay, this makes sense if you put two and two together. But then, would you say you were able to achieve that? Because I was on the show. Hello, everybody. I'm Hezekiah 100, like you get. I repped like a hood on the show. I was on the show. I was an housemate, but I got evicted, right? So, if you're going to ask me right now, did I achieve anything? I don't know what my answer would be. But then, do you think you achieved anything with the show?
Well, I would say, based on the thoughts I had before going to the show, that's a no. Standing in capital letters, or standing on capital letters, however you want to use the words. That's it.
Your fault or their fault?
I actually answered by saying what I thought I was going to see was actually different. So that's an answer to that. So smart people and smart thinking people who know where to point.
So you did try to talk, say we get more people who listen to this TV. That's how you try to talk. But it's all good. It's all good. I mean, I like the fact that you're really like real about these things, right? Because you don't get a lot of people that can actually say, okay, this is what it is. Now, your role in the society is something that cannot be overemphasized, because we have like road transport. You travel by road, you travel by air, and there's also people that travel by sea.
That's correct.
Talk to me about how sweet and how soothing. I've been on your ship, I've complained that my eyes they turn me like, and I feel like I'm all for. But talk to me about what you think the importance of water transportation. I've been in water transportation. What do you think the importance is, and how should we as a country do it to make sure that we're investing rightly into it and it's taking over? Because recently I was having a conversation with a person. The person was like, okay, I have to go to Ikorodu, but it's going to be hard if I go by road, but it's going to be very faster if I go by water.
Okay, so just like you earlier mentioned about the various forms of transportation, maybe human or cargo and stuff, I'd like to say it has to do with the governmental regulatory bodies. Speaking of NIMASA, and if we don't get it right at the top, being NIMASA, we will never get it right. So whether we intend carrying cargoes or we intend transporting human beings, maybe via cruise vessels, passenger boats and stuff, if we don't get it right from the top, it won't work. So in essence, all I'm saying is that we've not yet gotten it right at the top, and I can't beat my chest and tell you that yes, we're doing a good job. No, we're not. We're not. We need a whole lot. If I want to start explaining, time won't be on my side.
No, I mean there's time. Explain. We want to listen. We want to hear.
Okay, so if you look at our waterways, actually, they are very dirty. Very, very dirty. You see plastics, you see all forms of garbage that we know that even in 200 years, in 300 years, these things will still be afloat. What's happening to the ecosystem? What's happening to the marine ecosystem, to be more specific? Nobody is concerned about this. The government is not stamping its authority on the relevant agencies or supposed agencies to actually tackle these things from the root. So what I'm saying is that I can actually stay on my ship and see someone from another ship overboard garbage. That is not correct. As per MAPO, that is not correct. We are supposed to have regulatory bodies that work hand in hand with NIMASA to make sure these things don't happen. That's just one part of garbage. What's happening to the crude? What's happening to other forms of waste that are supposed to get to the port and are being emptied in the port reception facilities? What's really happening there? So we are not even getting that safe. Then what I earlier said something about the marine ecosystem. Nobody is concerned about the animals, the plants that are gradually getting out of extinction. People are not observant of this. And how many marine biologists do we have? How often do they go to take samples within these places? How often? Who is funding them? Do they even have funds? Are they even being funded? Does the government even feel that these things are relevant for them? Maybe yes, maybe no. If yes, why are we not getting the result? If no, who is siphoning the funds? Where the funds going to? Back to the other part. What? Okay, we can also decide to say you can get on board the ship and you see that the Nigerians they are not actually much. Why? Why are we having a whole lot of foreigners crewing our vessels? Why?
Do you think people are afraid of water? Probably using water as a means of transportation, because you know there are a lot of people that will say, I'm afraid of traveling by air because I don't know whether I think will crash or something. So do you think a lot of people are actually afraid of water? That's why these things are happening.
Okay, so just like people have, I think it's called vehiculophobia. I think the fear of traveling by road.
Okay.
There's that hydrophobia for a lot of people. Yes, that fear is always there, but you can actually get them calm. Once people get to know that there's always a support system, an immediate support system within them or with them that can actually help them or salvage them from a possible water mishap, that calm comes in. Speaking of you wearing a solar standard approved life jacket whenever you board a passenger boat, a speedboat, to get there and to get to another place. That's it, sir.
Totally amazing. Now, I'm going to ask you an open personal question, because I mean you're my friend, and I'm going to be very honest. Jacob is one person that I feel like the world has to have as a friend. I'm telling you this from my heart. I appreciate everything that you've done, and now we've come. But now I want to talk about friendship. What would you define friendship as? Because I mean, of recent, I've been having lots of ideas about what friendship is. People will tell me that you don't have friends. You for one know that I don't talk to a lot of people, and my circle is really small. But what would you define friendship as? Is it really necessary? Even when you feel like, okay, this is not really they work, because at the end of the day now people will go still backstab you. I mean, who is really to be trusted and all of the sort. So what would you define friendship as?
I would like to define friendship to mean having one or two or three or more persons, as much as your heart can genuinely accommodate, and they can also accommodate yours, maybe with a few excesses, as people you can always entrust your emotions, your concerns, your inadequacies with comfortably. So for me, all I'm saying is that friendship has to do with honesty, sincerity, openness, and communication. That's what friendship means to me. So if I can actually get this from one person, of course, if a person is sincere, we can bet that person will be a honest person. So it's kind of interwoven, kind of juxtaposing stuff, that if this is this, that's going to be that. If that's going to be that, then those ones are going to. So if you have someone that is just sincere, open-minded, straightforward, for me, that's what friendship means. Not you can't be friends with someone and they go behind you to make snide remarks and things like that. That's not friendship. That's not friendship for me.
Your guy be your friend. You get guy will be your friend, and I mean, you can define it as true friendship. And at some point, woman can't enter on a mate, right? And he checks like a woman you like. Would you still continue the friendship?
Just like I said, everything has to do with communication, sincerity, openness, and honesty. And within the purview of everything I had earlier said, that means you guys must have actually sat down to foresee. Like I keep saying, I like people who are forward thinking, to see that what are the possible things that could spoil this friendship. That's what I look at. What are the possible things that might not make this thing go the way we think or we both feel should go? So could it be money? Could it be friends? Could it be family or intending friends, so to say? Could it be women? Could it be certain things we can't actually see? So once you've actually made these groupings, subject them into patterns, then you really don't have anything to worry about.
But do you feel having friends are like a necessary thing to do?
Coming from someone who really doesn't keep friends, also, I'll say, yeah. I'll say yes. I think there should just be one or two persons where you can feel like they have this Fort Knox feeling of keeping all your all your insecurities. You keep it with them. They keep theirs with you. 50-50 kind of stuff. Yeah.
When you came out of that reality TV show that we were recently in, I want you to talk about the feeling. How people come to see you, but they're like, "Oh my God, he's not a celebrity." Like they wanted to mob you when you were walking on the street. Oh my God, that's font of Ninja Udreb. I saw him on TV and stuff because I've been to a couple places here, and there's been people that have walked up to me and said, I'm trying to recognize you. Are you so person? And I'm like, okay, probably you see me on TV or something, but they're not too much. Oh, they're not too much. But I want to know whether you own plenty. I know whether I got got changed the way why they see you now. They respect you more properly.
Okay, I think personally, I like judging stuff like the success of a TV show to me would mean that I can actually walk out and I don't need to explain myself to 2, 3, 4, 10, 20, 50, 100 people. So for every time I had to explain myself to people, that means I wasn't relevant outside. There was little or no feeling of me in the house or even outside. So that's a no for me. I wasn't mobbed. There was nothing. I was just like every other normal person, who would not be around in a particular space for a fortnight. Then boom, oh, okay, oh, maybe he traveled, oh, maybe he went somewhere, So there was nothing extra about me leaving the TV show. Like no, nothing.
But do you like the fact that, okay, let me not say do you like the fact that it's like that? Was it like a goal for you to actually get famous, like get known by like a lot of people, and you felt like, okay, it was going to bring opportunities, modeling gigs, influencing jobs, advertising, and all of this stuff? Because I watched like a part where you did like a tax in the house and you acted, and Uti was like the judge, and you killed it, man. I mean, I can remember we were having a conversation, and I said, "So you sabi at you did it so well. So what's like it to you?"
Okay, for me, I just got into do my stuff. I never had any intentions of getting deals and stuff. I think I should digress a bit. Saying this, someone would actually say, when did you actually go into the show? That's what might also affect my popularity outside, maybe or maybe not. But I just went in to do my stuff. I didn't really have the intention of being known or famous or whatever. But however, had it been things like that actually came up, I would have had a way of managing myself. And
Okay, I feel like you should tell people where you actually went into the show.
sorry, I didn't get that.
I feel like you should tell people when you actually went into the show.
I think I went into the show. Was it? I think 2 weeks or 3 weeks to when it was supposed to be done. I think that was. I can't really please. Sincerely speaking, most things that happened during the show, I don't even have that memory. I don't, because I wasted my time. Yeah, I did waste my time at some point. I lost 2 jobs, man. 2 jobs that would have taken me out of Nigeria. Leaving Nigeria, that just wouldn't have been my first, second, or third, or fourth, or fifth time, But the sailing job is actually interesting when you get to different shores, different ports, meet different people, learn new things and stuff. So I still feel pain that I lost those two jobs. And prior to that, I actually talked to someone in private and in confidence. I'm like, would you advise me on this? And the person was like, yeah. I'm like, okay. If she said so, then let me just give it a try. I won't mention the person's name. But I think that was a very wrong step for me. I wouldn't want to say it was a big mistake, but the timing was not just right for me. It wasn't.
But there's everything they say about not having to regret experiences garnered. You totally regret this one.
Oh, basically, there are certain experiences you just have to regret. If you don't regret them, that means you haven't learned from them.
So I watched the eviction day, and you literally did not hug anybody.
Okay, yeah. And I didn't see any need for that because I knew over 99% of the people there, they were actually fake. So what's so special about me leaving? Come on, you guys have always wanted me to leave. So why all the hug? Well, we're gonna miss you. We're going this. We're going. that's that's not proper. So I had it in my head already that come on, this might happen, but then give them a squared meal. So that was it for me.
I mean, people literally cried for me. So now I dey feel like say the cry when they cry at some point, not before me, be like saying for preacher's kid. But be like say they just may not be like say this guy can't watch and now they call it preacher's kid because they don't like me. They just they cry small cry for me. They don't really. But then I think that I really don't know what to say right now. I just think I should be in your position, being like the guest. So you can't ask me all of the questions. I can't be like, okay, now this is B, now this is B. I just tell you how the team B. But basically, yeah, it is what it is. I think it is what it is. And I hear there's like a preparation for another season.
Oh, good luck to whoever will try that. That's all I can say.
Good luck to whoever would try that.
I reiterate that.
So you're making me laugh right now. But then guys, see, I don't know what the pain of my brother here is. But I'm just telling you that if you want to try. Oh. I mean, you never could tell. This can be like the season that I don't know. But you have to like try. But anyway, now let's talk about I know you to be somebody that you're a big lover of God. But now we're in a generation where a lot of people feel that we're being scammed by these pastors. And a lot of people think that just be a morally righteous person. Just know this is good and this is bad. And don't do bad things. Do good things. Or if you don't want to do good things, do bad things. But know that there's like a difference between bad and good. Now, I want you to come on it with the fact that, I still go to church because I know you. You still dey go church, you still be instrumentalist for church. I don't go call the church name, but you dey serve God well. Oh yeah.
Okay, just like when you asked the question about the whole maritime stuff, and I told you it could take a whole day for me to answer. In between that explanation, you had to cut me short at some point. So this is just the second case of such instance. I really don't feel right about a lot of things going on in church, but then I just have to commune with the brethren in quote, carefully in quote, because that's just how it is. But overall, I'm not happy. And if you really want us to go neck deep in this discussion,
I mean, let's go neck deep.
Then let's
go neck deep because this is like an issue that borders around almost everything right now in the country. You have a lot of people that don't go to church again. I can't remember the last time I went to church myself, but I know that today I watched online service and I streamed like that's still love. But then let's go neck deep into it.
Okay, so I feel most pastors don't even know why they're in churches. They don't know. They've left the whole fact that they were taught different things when in theological school. Folks are after money, how they can manipulate people, sow seeds of fear into people in their droves, make people feel less of people, then place certain bounty in the name of maybe sow a seed to get this, do this to do that to get that. No. So we now have Christians that they are less informed or zero informed about the scriptures. No exegesis, nothing. You just follow doctrinal principles that have been there, Nobody knows anything about grace, or if at all they know, they don't know it in totality. They don't understand a whole lot of concepts. So these rogues are actually deceiving them. Okay, I'll give you a clear-cut instance. There was a particular day I went to a particular church, and a person who went by the name, a pastor, now said he's going to give out white handkerchiefs to people, that the first 10 people that run out to sow a seed of 100,000, he's going to give them that. For what, man? What's the handkerchief for? What? Those things are elements. We don't need those things. You don't need it. Okay, so we get to see people who have little or nothing go borrowing just to sow. So did God send you? Did God ask you to do anything out of your own convenience or comfort? No. But because people have so far understood the principle that if they can continually instill fear into people, they are their puppets. So for me, church is actually business. It's actually a fraudulent one. Most churches. I think the relevant religious bodies should do a whole lot about that. But looking at looking at the so-called relevant religious bodies, they are actually like that too. So I really don't know where this heading to.
I totally agree with you. I just feel that this is not like a business venture because I mean we grow up for deep Pentecostal churches. I was actually born into deeper life, right? And I mean I sat down under the teachings of Pastor W.F. Kume. And I mean, it's a church that people drag these days and say they are like deeply too holy. I mean, I don't attend Deeper Life again, and but then I can't outdo the fact that I actually listening to like true teachings, and it's contrary and very different to what I'm seeing like these days. Right? It's just like a business venture. It's just like everybody wants to open a church to get offering and to tell people that this is this and that's that and get them into the fact that oh more this guy a man of God. Oh, see the way this guy just the tear Bible. It be like say anointing day, and at the end of the day, it's just put into my pocket, and you see these guys buy big cars. Take for instance, you see the way Suleiman is everywhere, basically, right? I tell people this. I'm like, Suleiman is basically a playboy. I'm not afraid to say it any day, anytime. He's a playboy. He's not a pastor to me. He's not anointed. He's fucked, yeah. And but you still have people that go to the church, right? You still have people that still feel that almost this guy's just being dragged it's because of the anointing. This ladies just want to bring him down. But this guy they do anyhow. This guy they carry him, and this guy they bang. This guy just they use nonsense. So I just feel like it's like a broad issue, and I feel like if you know your God personally, if you know what in your scriptures they tell you, if you know what in your own Bible they tell you, if you know the right thing to do, you go just do them. If you feel like say you still guys go church to really really connect to waiting whichever deity you believe say you they serve. Connect to, but may I believe say God they real sha. You believe say God they real ba?
Oh, absolutely, undisputedly.
But there are people that don't actually believe that God is real.
I respect their bias
Do you honestly want to respect that kind of thinking?
because they are human beings, so they are opinionated to feel, think, and express whatever they think is actually right within their senses.
Okay, that makes sense. Really? No, that doesn't make sense. But it makes sense to you. But it doesn't make sense. So now let's talk about politics. Are you obedient?
I'm a Nigerian.
Guy, no now. You cannot be doing this now. You cannot be doing this now. Oh yeah, I'm just going to ask you again. Are you obedient?
You see, most of the things you're actually asking me, I would like telling you that these things are very broad, because the way I reason and see things, I think giving you a 1 minute answer is not justice, it's not justice.
All right, so now I am obedient, and I feel like Peter Obi is like the right candidate for Nigerians and for Nigeria. I feel like he has like a clean record, and I've done my own bits of research about him because I stay online a lot and I dig deep a lot. I ask a lot of questions. I watch a lot of things, and throwing back to all of the good deeds he had done before and his clean record, and we're not finding like any stench of bad talk on his record. Is like the perfect candidate, and the fact that he knows what he's doing and the fact that he's an intelligent person just makes me really really feel like we should give him our vote, and I'm obedient, right? But now I'm handing over the mic to you to tell us, between Tinubu, Atiku and Peter Obi, who would you pick? And if you're not picking anybody, tell me your reason. Tell us rather your reason, because there are people that are going to listen to this podcast. It's broad, but I will sit down and listen to you. Oh yeah.
Okay, so for me, I don't like getting involved in politics. I don't, except maybe by appointment. Then that would be cool. For me, I don't. Unfortunately, this might sound very discrediting, but unfortunately, I'd like to say, I've always had the notion that my vote doesn't count. I know there are 1,001 people that will say, no, people like you are the ones making this country not work. My vote does not count. These guys know how to rig. They've always been rigging. Okay, they've always been rigging. If we have a president who is already there, we know that except something happens unusual, that's the same person who's still going to be on that seat come second term. So I don't vote, and I know my vote doesn't count. Okay, unfortunately, as this sounds, this is my stand on it. That is it. That's just it. You cannot tell me that I attempted it one time, and that was when I said I was not just going to try it again. Okay, went to the polling unit. Okay, boom, young guys from where I didn't even know, brandishing guns, shooting, cutting people and stuff. No, 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 no. And you want me to go again and vote? You don't care about my life, or you don't care about the family I have and other things like that. So I care about myself. I care about how my family will feel. So that automatically makes me not feel I should vote. But if if from what I'm saying you also feel that, okay, if other people were to think the way I'm thinking, unfortunately for you also, people can never think the way I'm thinking. So you can't have the whole of over 90% of people thinking the way I'm thinking. No, I think we'll just be a select few in this regard. So that's it for me. That's it.
So basically, yeah, I want you to actually still talk more on the basic bits of your view on why you think that our vote doesn't count. Now, I'm going to give you a disclaimer. Are they obedient to? I go vote Peter Obi, but bust your head, I don't get voters card. And I know that there's like a lot of people that will actually listen to this and feel like, hey, who the fuck is this dude? Like in this age. Now, I'm not discrediting the fact that I know that I need to like have my voters card, but this whole thing happened because like, the period when the registration was ongoing and stuff, I was not like in my actual location to actually get registered and stuff, and it finished. I tried everything possible to actually get registered, but it finished. It ended before I could actually get registered. But then I'm also one of the people that actually believe that votes don't count, right? Because who then wants now, who they then go still put for power, they go still rig 'em and stuff. But the energy the youths are bringing to the table, especially for Mr. Peter Obi, is one thing that is making me want to feel like, are you sure something good will not happen? Are you sure a revolution will not happen? But then I want you to really, really, I know for one, I know you're very intelligent, and I know that you have your opinions about people. Now, we have Tinubu, we have Peter Obi, we have Atiku. You know a little bit about these people. I'm sure you're on the internet every day and you see a couple talks and posts here and there. Tell me about your own views on each of these people. And if to say you feel say, okay, voting will count, who you for pick?
Okay, so I'll digress a bit. If just like I said earlier, I don't vote, and I know my vote doesn't count. If I was to get a guarantee that the type of security detail a governor would have if he was to go to a polling center to exercise his franchise, I can get that. Then that means I'm voting. I'm voting. That's it. On the other hand, you actually asked me about the three candidates. We keep hearing their names, everywhere. Basically, this is also a logical question, I would say so, because I actually told you I'm not interested in politics, but you can actually use this response to pitch a tent to say, okay, maybe this is who he's swinging to, or he's swinging in this regard.
Yeah, I feel that.
So I see what I see.
I know what you're trying to do.
So I'd say for Tinubu, right? My own concern about him is that he's old. Okay, I'm more concerned about his health condition. That's it for me. I wouldn't allow my granddad go through the stress of thinking about 36 states and the FCT, making sure that the governors are accountable, making sure that the relevant security agencies are accountable, ministry of this, ministry of that, it's stressful. Yes, one would say, yes, how about the advisors? How about the special advisors on this, on that, on that, on that? It is very, very stressful. One could also say, have you been there before to know, oh, I've handled a few leadership positions and I know what it means. So you can imagine how that will feel on a granddad. So that would be my only reason for saying no, it shouldn't be him. He should just rest, He's a kingmaker. Come on. So why stress yourself, Then regarding Obi, right? Okay, the youths are clamoring Obi, Obi, Obi and stuff, a whole lot of people. Well, history will also make you learn or unlearn that most times I think the simple answer to Obi is this, or will this be the first time the youths are actually trying to make their voices heard? I've answered. That's my answer on Obi's part. Then back to Atiku. Atiku is also an elder statesman, so to say, right? And he has been at the helm of affairs of a whole lot of, organizations and things like that. So I think with the vast experience he must have had, or he actually has in those regards, he should channel it to helping people, helping a person. Let me be more direct. Helping a person that the masses feel fits their bias. That's it for me. In that regard, I think that's what he should do. I really don't think he should be out there. No, this is not his first time. This is not his second time. I know people keep trying, but I think he should cut himself the stress. I'm more concerned about how they are going to manage this stress. That's my stand. That's my stand. Yeah.
All right. So where you say these things, it's really really impressive to hear you talk. It's really impressive to hear you dish out your well of knowledge on my podcast, because my podcast now will come they get high ratings. People going to be like, well, if you want yet since go that place. But now you're saying that, is this actually like the first time youths are actually coming out? Is this actually like the first time youths are actually coming out? Now I feel like, no, I know that this is actually the first time I've seen youths this much, wanting to actually clamor for a change. I mean, aside the NSAS protest time, that we saw a lot of people come out to say we're tired of police brutality, we don't want them to treat us the way they're treating us, and it's overly something we don't like and we don't want to see again. But for politics, I never really see youth ginger on like their own personal candidates where they really really like. You get me? I they feel like say this is like the first time. But anyways, I've had like your own answer and opinion. I'm sure other people have had too about what it is that you think of these people. Now I'm just going to ask you basic questions, because we don't know if, now let me just say this: Jacob is a fine man. Like, he's very fine. He has muscle. Like, anything he wears is fitted. He knows fashion. Guy, and I say lo again, he travel out where. So for the babes, they go listen. Wanna slide into a DM. You get now. You sabi cook.
Oh, good. I've already answered with all the exclamation I just brought out. I've answered.
So now, because your oh God, to some people might be not reason me. I not be really trigger. Now, do you listen to a lot of music?
I listen to music generally. But I think I just listen to music generally. That was your question. Let me not digress.
Okay. But I think my what genre of music do you listen? So what's like your genre of music that you listen to a lot than other genres?
Okay, R&B, rhythm reggae, best two, yes.
R&B, rhythm reggae. Do we have a lot of people that are doing reggae music presently?
Nigeria, no, not really.
Pato ranking, nko?
Not really that fits my bias or definition of what reggae music, like root reggae,
Okay, like the
Bob Marley,
yeah.
We just, I think what we have in Nigeria is that we have a whole lot of people who actually have an idea about the patois stuff,
Okay,
and they're
patois.
like, yeah, one, and they'll be like, yeah, they are all Rastafarians, you get, but reggae is deeper, way deeper than that.
Then R&B.
R&B, a couple of people, or should I say a couple of voices that would sound nice on R&B, right? Yeah, we have them in Nigeria.
So who's like your favorite R&B artist in Nigeria, male and female? If you have like more than one, you can actually pick. And then who's like your favorite reggae artist? Now, I just pray you are going to pick my fave so I can banter you from there.
Well, I would say in Nigeria I don't have any favorite, but worldwide, my best in terms of R&B, Jasmine Sullivan. Yeah, Jasmine Sullivan. She's excellent.
Reggae, uncle.
Okay. What's this guy's name? I can't get that name now. Okay, sorry, Taros Riley. Yeah.
Taros Riley. Kai. Jacob too knows something. That's how they call the name. Taros Riley. So you don't listen to Afrobeat?
Man, initially I said I listen to all forms of music, all genres of music, but yeah, so I answered. So that's it.
So who's like, okay, who's like your favorite? Okay, you listen. You will say you don't get a favorite now. Now your problem is that you know they ever you now will listen in car in these guys now you'll be, oh yeah. Which person do you like listening to a lot?
In Nigeria,
Afrobeat.
Afrobeat. Man. Seriously, I really can't place a finger. I can't. But I can't. Seriously,
Oh, you think say they try?
I can't. I'm still trying to think.
Let me call names for you. Whiskey,
Doesn't fit my bias.
Davido,
Doesn't fit my bias.
Burna Boy,
Doesn't fit my bias.
Olamide,
Doesn't fit my bias.
Thames,
Doesn't fit my bias.
Yemi Alade,
Doesn't fit my bias.
Tiwa Savage.
Doesn't fit my bias. Now let me say something. For all the names you actually mentioned, they've actually done songs that I maybe liked one out of the whole track. For all the names you actually mentioned, okay, and I might also like one or two of them for personal reasons other than music, maybe for being philanthropic and stuff, So that's it.
Now I don't even know what to say. Doesn't fit my bias. Hey, even my own fave. So I love Wizkid so much, and I mean I feel like Wizkid is like the legend of I mean I could actually say he's like the legend of Afrobeat, but I wouldn't. It's not proper to actually represent that fact without having to talk about Fela.
Absolutely.
Fela is like the foundation of it. It's like a living legend. Somebody that even if he's not here, if he's dead right now, without him, this will never have happened. Because I mean, if Whiskey didn't look up to Fela and say, okay, it's because of Fela, I want to do bigger things than Fela, there will not be any Whiskey. You get, but I really love Whiskey, and I feel like he's doing like a lot. But I mean, this is Nigeria where you get a lot of people go bizarre on the fact that they've actually seen like a celebrity, and they're actually fans to like the celebrity, and it's like their fave, or she's like their fave, and they can actually do and undo. I'm like a chilled person. Like if I like you, I will give you the facts when argument time reach. But I know they really enter my head. But actually I'm a diehard fan of Wizkid any day, anytime. Now let's talk about Akwa Ibom. Jehovah Morum. Now you know that we are in a country where every state is being associated with like a particular thing they're very good for. And then you hear people say Calabar, they sabi knack where. Yoruba girls, so let me not say Yoruba girls, sorry, Yoruba, they abuse, and they too like pepper for their food or one bear. And people still say Akwa Ibom, like now we get soups, spicy stereotypes and all of those things.
Yeah.
And they're like Igbos, the Igbos can cook too, and they're very good at business and stuff. How has it been for you being in a place where they like know that you're from Akwa Ibom, and they might actually look at you with the eye of, oh, this guy will be very good in bed?
I've always heard people say it to me directly or indirectly, or maybe gestures, haptics and stuff. Yeah, it's normal for me. It's normal. I grew up to hear that, so I'll also leave this earth to still hear that about my people. So it's normal. I think it's just what people feel about us. So that's their opinion, and I like respecting people's opinion. But I think if you're trying to say that a particular tribe is actually good at a particular thing, what's your benchmark? What's your yardstick? How many Akwa Ibom might have you slept with, or how many Akwa Ibom might have slept with you? Since you're a sex maniac, or something, So I think that's gonna be it for me. So if they say Akwa Ibom people are good in bed, that means they are good in bed. They have their reasons for saying so. You know, that's it.
But then you don't feel like, oh, I'm even muscular. Or could these people actually think that because I'm muscular, I will be able to? Because I mean, do you think that they tell slim Akwa Ibom people, slim Akwa Ibom guys, that I think you'll be good in bed?
There's always a general notion. Speaking of from where I've heard this come out from, that slim and tall guys they have very long,
Dick, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
It's my podcast. Can I actually say
Okay.
they have
Okay.
long
Yeah.
penis and
Yeah.
dicks.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think it doesn't really have to do with you being muscular. It doesn't really have to you being less muscular. It's about you knowing how to do what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it. People have, for every man, his or her own orientation about what sex should look like, what sex should feel like. You know, some people like it rough, some people like it easy, some people like it, some are just in between. Some people like exploring, some people still just like going the old missionary way and stuff. So I think it's very personal. So I have to be careful at this
No,
point.
I understand what you're trying to do.
Yeah, I have
I
to be
understand what you're
careful.
trying to do. Are you in a relationship?
Oh, very good question. Yeah, very good
And don't
question.
tell me you're in a relationship with God.
Yes, I'm in a relationship. Yeah, I'm in a relationship in my head. In my head. No,
fuck, bro?
I'll explain this. In my head, I'm in a relationship. But maybe in the head of other people, I'm yet to be in a relationship with them. This thing sounds complex. This doesn't sound like an answer, but I've answered.
I want a yes or a no. Don't do this. Like, I want a yes or a no. What kind of nonsense with this one when they talk now? I don't understand you.
Okay, if you're in a relationship, you should know if you're in a relationship, right? So, no, come on. I'm not in a
Are you
relationship.
with somebody and you feel like I don't feel like I feel like I'm the only person loving. Is that your own situation? You don't feel like the person actually reciprocating the love. You just feel like now only you they do.
Bro, I'm not in a relationship.
Guy.
I'm not in a relationship.
So right now,
It might sound flirty, but I'm not in a relationship. I'm not. I'm not.
so right now, if you're here present in this location that we're actually recording, there's every tendency that I might get beaten up because I mean Jacob is really huge and he's muscular and the eye is giving me right now, bro. I said I'm not the relationship. It's scary, man. It's scary. I have to like stop asking questions like that.
No, you can ask. You can actually ask. You can ask. You can ask. You're free to.
So now, I want to go back into the time where when you were on the reality TV show. There were speculations that you liked like this particular person, and I mean there were speculations that I liked that person too. But speculations that I liked that person was actually true, but for you, I don't think it was true. Omeche.
Oh, come on, Omechi. Just like I've always told her, she's my baby sister. That's it. That's how I see her. I respect her.
So you never felt like any romantic attraction towards her.
Not even in a movie would that happen.
Why did you say not even in the movie? I mean, don't you like this person now listen and be like, that's why I bad.
No. She's my sister. I've always told her to her face that come on, Omechi, you're my baby sister. That's it. That's how I've always seen her. And I think I felt so disappointed when one of the housemates tried being smart, feeling he was smart. And I made it very clear to him that he was naive, about whatever he was trying to do. Even after I knew what he did, he still went back to try to lie to the girl that, oh, this was this, that was that,
Sorry, I didn't watch this part. Who is that?
Okay, Don David. Yeah, Don David, yeah. Don David is I don't want to misuse words.
Now
I think there are certain expressions I want to make about people, and I feel I should use the root word, maybe Greek or Latin, so people will understand better how good or bad that person is or has been. That's it. So for David, I can't actually get a root word to describe
No, so for starters, I actually think that it's actually a slight pressing. I mean, totally not true. And I actually think that, I mean, a lot of us went there with like the idea of the fact that this is what it is and this is what it's not. But then you now met people that when you came out, like when we now came out, you now felt like they have like a lot of growing up to do and a lot of sense to actually acquire, But then it's all good. It's all good. Now, I want us to wrap this up, yeah? Because I think we've been talking for like 50 minutes, almost an hour. Yeah, I don't feel like we've done it for like, okay, this is actually nice. Now, you have this unique fashion sense. I don't know if you know that you have it, too, but you have like this great fashion sense, and it is actually crazy because for a man to know what to put together, the color of what he should wear and the kicks that will actually go with it, it's actually something to me. We were somewhere together and we're buying stuff, and you actually were what you actually talked more on the fact that 100 with this color go with this color. I'm sure you remember. Yeah, with this color go with this color. So tell me what your fashion sense is like. Tell me how you put one and one together and two together and feel like, okay, this is how I should look when I'm actually stepping out.
First of all, I pay respect to my complexion a lot. So knowing that will go a long way into defining what I wear, whether they're actually shorts, long sleeves, and whatever. And I like combining colors a lot. I like my things matching. But once in a while, I could actually get a bit off. But overall, I just like things matching, and that's just it. I think fashion is actually simple. Fashion is what you define dress sense to be for you. you know I wouldn't want to say there's actually a conventional way to define fashion, except maybe when you're in a workspace or a more defined profession that says, okay, this is how you should look and that's how you should not look. But more to that, there are actually a few times where your profession could actually tell you, okay, maybe today is Friday, just do the odd. So that's it.
There's people that say family over everything, family over everything. But yeah, just speak up from there. Family over everything.
God, family, 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 family. That's it for me. That's how I place it. Yeah, family first. If something was to happen to you now, just as you're having this podcast, something happened, the very first person that will get a call should be your mom or your sister or your dad or your brother. That's family. Nobody's going to call maybe your girlfriend first. Even if someone was to call your girlfriend first, your girlfriend will be like, have you called the mom? Have you called the dad? So it's God for me, then family, 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 then money, then friends.
The fast life of Lagos is a buzz, and there are people that say, I can't deal. Lagos is totally a crazy place. Lagos is another world on its own. You're coming, there's traffic, there's everybody that's crazy. It's totally like a world on its own. I know that you're currently still in your line of work, in your line of profession. Tell me about Lagos, living in Lagos, and whether you would still want to try out other reality TV shows in the future.
I like to say that living in Lagos has actually been a very nice experience for me. An experience of a lifetime, because when you're in Lagos, you have to be smart, you have to be alert, you have to see yourself that you can do things you normally just maybe wouldn't have felt you could do them simultaneously. I mean, so Lagos for me is actually a very cool place. I envisage having a very, very large place of my own over the course of time. Yes, about other reality TV shows, of course, yes. I've prior to NHR, I think I've been on 2 reality TV shows already. So it wasn't new to me being on a reality TV show, But however, I'll say, oh, kudos to the selection process that they actually felt, oh, I was supposed to be on their show, But that wasn't my first time. That wasn't my second, So yeah, I'm also looking out for other reality TV shows. Come on, if they come, I'm more in.
Now, let's talk about what the next couple of years. Sorry, let's talk about what the next couple of years holds for you. I mean, years old for you. Do you want to still be in this country? You want to stay in Nigeria? They drive ship, or you want cut out?
Now.
Baba, I don't know anything.
A B C D E F G H I J. The word Japa. So that's it for me.
So you want to jump back basically? You want to jackpot.
I
Would
don't
you?
like stress. I don't like unplanned or undue stress. So I like a very calm, serene, organized environment. That's my kind of person.
Man, if you don't like stress, you should actually like whiskey because whiskey doesn't like stress. Yeah.
Okay, thanks for the advert, bro.
I hate it when you do these things to me. Like, this is what I'm saying. Doesn't even have sense. So now, would you rather spend a minute with Jesus or get $1 trillion?
Come on. I've always spent my time with Jesus. I'll get $1 trillion. Yeah.
I'm so disappointed. Jeez,
That's the truth.
guy,
Come on,
guy, no,
Bro.
the guy.
Bro, in him do we live, move, and have our very being, man. Jesus will actually be happy that, wow, my son in whom I'm well pleased, he's going to invest that money, reach out, philanthropy, build schools, do this, help the needy, take the gospel far and wide. Come on, Jesus will be too proud of me, bro.
So what if in that time that you're actually spending with Jesus, he decides to say, no, in that old time that you're actually picking money, let me not say in that time you're spending with Jesus, in that old time that you actually want to make that choice, rapture can't take place. But because you actually pick money in that sin, you can't go with fire.
It's not even possible. I can't go to hellfire. I can't. At least Jesus self goes, he say, this my bikini, they do it. Rapture, chillax first.
So what did they tell me that in earnest? We say you can actually pick $1 trillion.
Oh, I sure would because my Lord and personal Savior will be so proud of me at what I would use that for. Yes.
Glow, MTN, Nine Mobile, or Airtel?
9 Mobile.
Why?
It fits my bias.
Because of what's like your favorite color?
Navy blue. It sounds weird.
It doesn't sound weird. My favorite color is pink, Oga, and they're always telling me that girls this is a girl's color.
I said navy blue because maybe it has to do with the nature of my job. 1, 2, I don't really want to say I have a favorite color because there are colors you just see and you're in awe of them and you're like, ooh, this one is just so beautiful. The combination will be so nice with this. So let me just say it for answering sake, navy blue.
Friends with benefit or like a serious relationship?
Serious relationship.
You know, do friends with benefit, but say breakfast there everywhere now.
Yes.
So you prefer when they serve you breakfast?
I know if you do relationship, then chop breakfast. It's not possible.
What did they give you this kind of mind? What did they give you this kind of mind? Give me tips.
Because I did very unique. I did very special. And if, sincerely speaking, anybody wait on they ever close to me, whether male or female, they will always tell you that, yes. Okay, let me be more specific about women. In this regarding this question now, I did cool. I did level headed. I'm not a stressed person. So I don't think any sane person would really look out for people that stress them, But I might not be the kind of loud guy, club, smoke, this, that, noise. But I did 200% sure, say, breakfast no day.
You smoke or take alcohol?
None. Never.
I don't take alcohol and I don't smoke. So I feel like I'm like a good person too. So you won't ever look at me and feel like this guy bad.
No. I don't look at people like that. I just feel you feel that's the right thing for you to do. But if you keep doing the right thing as you claim, and over the course of time, the health risk is there, it's still left for you to ask yourself and answer if you were actually doing the right thing like you felt you were doing.
It's been an amazing conversation with you. I tell you, man, we've talked about a lot, and I can't thank you enough for coming on my podcast. Yeah. Yo, my name is Hezekiah 100, and I've been having a conversation with my brother and friend, Mfreke Bong. I'm actually from Akwa Ibom, man. Jesus, I shit.
Mfreke Bong.
Call the name again.
Mfreke Bong Jacobs.
Mfreke Bong Jacobs.
But sometimes people shorten it to Mfreke. Mfreke Jacobs, yeah.
So why did you actually pick font?
Oh, okay. I used to do a whole lot of calligraphy stuff, and people keep telling me that my handwriting is very, very beautiful. So I'm like, I don't need to worry my head about what to use. Fonts. Alas.
You're so weird.
Yeah, I get that a lot. I think for you to be weird, that means you're actually unique. You stand out of the crowd, you know. You just have your own way of doing things that may not really sit well with people. You know, that's it.
It's gonna be an amazing next episode. I don't know who I'm going to be bringing on my next episode, but I tell you to do well to share this and probably refer this to like another person if you've actually loved that whole conversation and enjoyed, the time we spent talking about a couple of bits. I know we didn't cover like a lot, but the little one we don't cover, I'm gonna like manager. But then I'm going to ask him what his advice and last words would be to all of you out there, and it's just going to end at that.
Okay, so I'd like to say just do the right thing. Do the right thing at the right time. Be with the right people at the right time. Then always believe and trust in God to help you in everything. You're good.